Plaintiff, Heidi Coles, lived next door to the defendant, and she claims she would not be in court today if the defendant didn't have a drug and alcohol problem. Heidi says she gave the defendant thousands of dollars to repair her vehicle, but she never received the car, so she's suing. Defendant Daniel Henderson says Heidi and her husband, who's with her in court today, are both strippers, and oftentimes when he went to their home, Heidi was dressed provocatively. Daniel is countersuing for wages and harassment.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I wouldn't be here today if this so-called friend of mine didn't have drug and alcohol problems, which eventually led to ripping me off.
How long have you known him? 2
years now.
And what gives you the impression he's a drug and alcohol abuser?
I've seen it. I've never seen him use drugs, but he likes to.
You just said you did. Hold on. You said I've seen it. And then you said I've never seen it. Let's try that again. How do you know he's a drug and alcohol abuser?
Okay, Your Honor, he brags about using coke, and I've seen him belligerently drunk.
Okay, good enough.
Sorry.
He's told you?
Yes, sir.
And you've seen him drunk?
Yes.
All right, good enough. Often or?
As of lately, no, but when we first met, yes.
Okay, because you say that this is what led up to you being ripped off to satisfy his drug and alcohol habit.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking you to prove to me he had that habit.
His family had told me.
They told you also. All right.
Sorry, and friends of his.
Okay. All right.
You don't know any of my friends.
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I know Jules and Cassie, they're my friends.
What else?
And well, in 2009, we first met. He was my neighbor. He came off as a really chill guy, you know, down to earth. He didn't like drama, which was cool. He would invite my husband and I to social gatherings like parties, barbecues, going to the river. Like I said, we used to be friends.
Going to the river.
Yeah. We're from.
Yeah, what is that? Going to the river.
Going to the river, floating down the river, playing at the river when it was hot.
Oh, okay. Me and Dorothy thought she was going to get baptized. All right. What else you want me to know? He was your neighbor. You all used to hang out together in 2009. What else?
Well, we were pretty good friends. Like I said, 75% of the time, he was pretty chill, laid back. He would invite us to house parties.
Yeah, he wasn't on coke then.
No.
You're not chilling, laid back. Well, maybe he was coming down when y'all saw him sleeping it off.
He was also an alcoholic, Your Honor, so he had a drinking problem.
Gotcha.
I don't judge him. He was my friend. He was laid back, drama-free. We got along pretty well.
All right, let me allow him to give some background before we get to the lawsuit regarding the car. Sir?
Well, Your Honor, from the time I moved in next door to these two strippers over here, it was anything but normal.
When did you begin going to the strip club to see him?
Well, I never went to the strip club. At first, I didn't know. And,
how did you find out?
Well, it was kind of odd that they were always home during the day. Mm-hmm. You know, I worked early morning, got home about 2:30 in the afternoon, and they were always home, but they were gone all night. And then, you know, through the grapevine and talking and getting to know them, and it turns out that they're
so
strippers.
Gossip is how you know?
No, from them.
Oh, they told you?
Yeah.
Just like she says you told her you were a cokehead.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no.
I'm sure when you say he was stripping, he's going to say, oh, yeah.
Well, I can tell you the club names and everything.
And they can tell me the type of coke you used, probably. Yeah. Was it pure? Or how many times was it cut? or was it cooked up? Crack? And then they put ether in it or without the ether? Freebase is without the ether. Crack is with the ether.
It could have been baby powder for all I know.
All right. So, do you want to respond to the stripping?
Yes, I do. That's another thing. He would invite us to parties, and when he got really drunk, he would call me stripper, come here, Barbie girl, give me a lap dance.
Barbie girl, because your ringback tone that said Barbie girl.
Would your witness strip? Is he a stripper? Your witness?
Previous.
Okay, good enough.
Used to be Marine,
exotic dancer, rather. Is that a better way to put it?
Stripper. There's no other better way to put a stripper.
Okay, well,
and Your Honor, I was not proud of it.
Some strippers refer to themselves as exotic dancers, so I will refer to you however you want to be referred to.
Your
That's
Honor.
your thing. All right, so I have to take your word because you heard it, right?
Right.
So I'm going to have to take her word because she heard it about
Well, she
you.
just admitted that she was a dancer.
And you're just not as honest.
If
we're going by gossip, gossip is what we're going by, so I'm going to go by both parties' gossip. Now, anything else you want me to know other than they were strippers?
Well, I'd go over to the front door and Heidi would answer the door with a little nightie on, her boobs falling out pretty much, almost see-through, like in stage clothes. And she'd act like it was just everyday occurrences, like, I'm just the neighbor.
Your Honor, that's not true.
I have to assume that she was, you know, in a way making passes at me on a regular. She did this all the time. She'd stick her bare butt on the window when I was outside. I mean, it was quite ridiculous. You know, it was
And how did you respond?
Nonchalant, you know, pass it off. I wouldn't ever, you know, feed into it.
Okay. Would you look?
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I mean, I'm a straight guy.
Just asking.
I'm being honest.
All right. Let's get to the car you're suing him about.
Your Honor, I'd like to say one thing. That wasn't true. I have a husband, and I have self-respect. I'm a mom. I don't do that. He was my friend. I don't make passes at my friends when I have a husband. So,
all right.
Okay, so in 2011, I had a baby, and I had an SUV, a 1994 Ford Explorer. Well, the baby turned about 8 weeks old, and she was born with congenital disorder. So more physical therapy appointments, more Shriner appointments. I'm like, talking to my husband, we need an SUV, we need a safe car for the baby to drive her back and forth with. I have savings, so there's no point in spending money into a used car and then that breakdown, let's just fix up the Explorer. Danny's a very talented man when it comes to mechanics. He gave me an estimate of parts for about $3,000.
What was wrong with it? How much? You have that estimate today?
He just told me it'd be about roughly $3,000.
He didn't tell you the particular thing?
Yes, he did. He wrote them down.
And did he put an amount next to what he wrote down?
How much the prices of each one were? Yes.
That's called an estimate.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Your Honor, here it is.
All right, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is about $1,000.
And here's the other half.
The what?
Here's the signed receipt. It's two of them.
Okay.
I'm curious to see those.
This is 3 for engine parts. So the engine had gone out and the transmission?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So tell me what happened.
My car sat with me, and I had to pay him ahead of time so he can get the parts to build.
That's for parts. What about the other?
I paid him $350 for labor.
This $3,000 you're asking for, isn't that for a breach of contract? Tell me why you're suing him. Let's get to that. You've paid out these monies.
I'm suing him because I have given him almost $3,500 in cash, and I still don't have my car. And I have a letter from...
What does he tell you when you ask about your car?
Sometimes I wouldn't get a response. Sometimes he said it's at a transmission shop. Okay. I've called every transmission shop.
Did he give you a time when you would get it back? When did he say you would get it back?
By late November 2011. He wrote me a letter.
Sir, where's the car?
Well, previous to me, or after I got it back together, the transmission wasn't shifting correctly, so I had to take it to the shop that I purchased the rebuilt transmission from. Upon doing so, I ended up having to go to jail when this was, I dropped it off at the transmission shop and gave them her contact information.
When?
This was early August. I went to jail on the 8th of September. So it was early September.
When did you come out?
November 4th. I told her that the truck was dropped off at the transmission shop prior to me going to jail.
You gave her the name?
And no, the reason I didn't give her contact information is because of how harassing she is and how she's...
Why would she harass you?
Oh, she'd call me 15 times back to back, just harassing me about money and everything else.
What
about
money?
Her truck.
You owe her money?
About her truck. About where her money went.
Where did her money go?
Into the parts of exactly what I told her the money went for.
So why didn't you return her truck then?
It's at the transmission shop. Now,
when you told her that, what did she say? What is there to harass you about?
Well, she doesn't believe it. She has the information.
You just said you didn't tell her the information.
I didn't give her the contact information.
Well, then why are you saying she had it?
I told her that where it was at the shop.
You are a dope fiend. You giving me these dope fiend answers.
Your
A mug shot?
A mug shot. He stole a lawn gnome from a business at the beach. You know those little scary guys that you put on your lawn decoration? He would go to the beach and steal those from a company. The third time he got caught stealing that, an employee came out, tried to stop him, and he hit the employee with his car.
What is it you wanted to read to me or something? You would.
I have text message asking him where my car is.
What does he say?
You said if I called the police, you would make this hard on me. Well, I haven't called them, and yet you've made this really difficult, okay? If I don't hear by you tonight, I'm filing a police report that you refuse to get in contact with me, and will have to come look for you until my Explorer shows I'm completely fixed or with the $4,000 I put into it. You started working on my rig when my baby was 2 months old.
Ma'am, please read to me what he has said to you. Not what you said to him.
He did not reply where my car was at, Your Honor.
Okay, so you have nothing he has written?
No.
I thought you had some papers that you said he wrote me.
Oh. Sorry.
I haven't done anything to you but try and pull out of you the facts that will get you your money for your car. He sounds like he's some type of lying dope fiend who stole your car, but you still have to prove it.
Okay. He wrote me a letter from in jail saying that the car was at the transmission shop.
Did it put the name of the shop?
No, he did not.
All right. But, sir, I don't believe anything you say. You won't even tell me today the name of the shop. I'm not her. I'm not going to harass you. All I'm going to do is dismiss your case and grant her hers. Have a good day. Case dismissed. Don't believe anything you say. I think you're a stealing dope fiend. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I would never answer the door in my nightie.
Yes, you have.
Come on, look at you. Seriously, look at my husband.
What
America,
about him?
watch out for this face. He's passive aggressive and he will take your money.
No.
Even when you do have a newborn baby and you're trying to fix it up for a safe car.
Like you.
He takes your money and he snorts it up his nose, ripped off his family.
You've been harassing my family, getting phone numbers from my family.
If I'm harassing them, then why do they answer the phone when I call them and when they call me back?
Because they don't look at caller ID.